All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and welcome to your darling radio, Cross Radio 97.1. You know how we do it on this station, and you know that whatever it is we do, we have you at the back of our mind. With me today, I've got two special individuals. When I say special, I mean special, all the way from the United States of Nigeria. Today is not going to be different from any other day. You know, whenever Toastmaster is online, the program either has to be entertaining, informative, educative, or fagilative. Anyone, we are here. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We will bring you one of the most informative, educative, and profitable programs you've ever listened to on your dialing station, 97.1 Cross FM. All right, yeah, we're back live and direct from your darling station, Cross Radio 97.1. You know, last week when we had a program on this same particular station, you know how we did it now. We had some quiz-good programs, some people chop gift. And the way we do it now, this time around, we know this when you people will say Ojumo kon arakon. Say it in English. Ojumo kon Ojumo I clean one. Arakon. What is ara? What is ara in English? You can't borrow me. Ara. What is ara in English? Ara niye. Jesus is Lord. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, wonder. Ojumo kon I claim one, wonder one. Arakon. On your darling station. You know, Wenga. Yuba will say Ojotin pa boki something or don't pay abi. Something. God, me come woman. Jesus. Oh, I lied, yeah. Okay. All right. Today's program is going to be special. Like I said, we're not, on Cross Radio, we don't just do anything in the entertainment for and we are not serious. This time around, we are bringing you something that will benefit you. Something that you can look back a few years from now and said, thank God I listened to that program, and thank God I made that conscious decision to take that step, because right now is the right step in the right direction. And what do we have today? Shortly after, I'll be introducing these two lovely individuals to you. And you know what? I want them to introduce themselves, because Yoruba people will say, "Enoni nkan, Latin be okay." All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your darling presenter, Toastmaster in the building. And this evening we have this very, very spectacular and interesting forward-thinking individuals all the way from the United States of Nigeria, like I said. And to my immediate right is my boss, the Oga Pata Pata. But Yoruba people say Egula Nkengbale. So ladies first, after me. So to the beautiful lady in the building, can you please introduce yourself first? Tell us the position you occupy in our lives, and then, let's just introduce yourself first. Then, before I now tell our listeners what exactly has brought us together on this. I don't want to say round table, but a rectangular table, Abby. So, come on, let's go.
Okay, thank you so much for having me today. My name is Williams. I'm the executive director for DRADROCK Real Estate Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our mommy in the Lord, Kike Lomo Williams, all the way from Nigeria. And to the big masquerade that packed the back of the ballet, Igola Tinka. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I will let my Oga do the talking. Oga, sir, over to you.
I'm the Group Managing Director of DRADROCK Real Estate Limited. So good to be here. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Oh, you're most welcome. I said thank you and I said welcome at the same time. All right. You just mentioned the name of the organization now, DRADROCK, you said. For our listeners who are kind of like tuning in now, they are kind of like used to us being entertaining and doing quizzical programs and all that. But this time around, like I said to them, this is an opportunity of a lifetime, which we want them to look back a few years from now and thank their stars, thank you, and overall, thank you for bringing this program to us, Abby. Because if not for you, we wouldn't have known about this establishment. So, sir, what is DRADROCK? Who is DRADROCK? What does DRADROCK do, particularly, sir? Or is it to you? Should I be directing it to you now or to our mommy? Our mommy should go first. Mommy, you have told us.
Okay, DRADROCK is a real estate company. Like I said earlier on, we're into real estate property sales and we're young, but vibrant and very ambitious at the same time. Just 4 years in the business, but we've had more than a decade in terms of experience when it comes to real estate. So basically, DRADROCK is just here to put a roof over your head and make sure you have something that's going to bring in investment in terms of generational wealth. Of course, we all know that the best thing that you can invest your money on is either land or a home. So that's what DRADROCK does. Give homes to people, and then of course, if you want to grow your investment, you can grow your investment. And if you say you don't want to have properties, you just want to invest your money in real estate, that's part of what we do as well. So in a nutshell, I know you still have questions that will bring more.
Oh, well, obviously.
So we are here for you.
Good. Is there anything my guy wants to add to that?
Okay, in the spirit of speaking our modern talk, I'll just say that part of our responsibility is to help Kaba when you're cool, Erioko Wale.
Erioko Wale. Tiwale Bagwanko.
Wale.
Oh, correct. That's what we say. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Now, when mommy was talking, she said something about putting a roof over people's head and in terms of landed properties. Now, is it just purely land, or does it have to be like what do I do, like apartments or finished products, like as in, is it a house, is it an apartment, or just purely just land?
Okay, so I think at this point I'll just give a brief about our product line.
Yeah.
So for us in DRADROCK, the objective when we started out was to see how we can actually make real estate housing solution more accessible in terms of anybody that has a dream and wants to own a home or be a part of a real estate project in Nigeria. So we started initially with service plots in some developing parts of Lagos. Then we transcended into apartment and housing units in more developed areas. Then we moved from there to high-rise building in very high-brow areas in Lagos and Abuja. So for us, we play in that space, land, houses, apartment, and with also interest in commercial properties and office spaces.
Okay, just before we go further, for those of you listening at home, in case, because I don't think it's possible that I ask all the questions that are burning in your hearts. So I'm going to give you a number right now to which, if you have any questions, I would like you to please call this number and you can ask them any question that is playing on your mind. The number to call is 075 9344 2179. Once again, 075 9344 2179. For those of you who are interested in asking the group managing director, am I correct? Question, and our Oga Pata in the house. The Oga Pata, my Oga at the top. Any questions? So that once again, the number to call is 075 9344 2179. Now let me take you up on this. You stated that when you started, you are just 4 years old, right?
Yes.
And but you said you've had over 10 years worth of experience. So this brings me to think that you've probably, before you became independent, you probably worked with some notable people in the field. Can you mention like one or two people who are they people who know, or did you just start on your own that you think we can ask, okay, fine, if this man or if these people have worked with these people, then obviously we can certify that obviously they went through the right route and then they got the right kind of training.
Okay, so how we say that, I usually tell people that we learned from the Harvard of real estate in Nigeria, and that's the known Party Morgan Holdings Group right now. They have subsidiaries of Property Mart, Real Estate Limited, and Grenadine Homes. So I worked there for over 13 years, and the ED also worked there for a couple of years, and a couple of other people from different aspects of the industry.
Okay, so which means you have a lot of experience backed up under your belt.
Yeah, to
Brilliant. Now you also mentioned that you've got properties in some eyebrow areas of Lagos and Abuja. Are those areas we can know, or you want to keep the area a secret? Because I don't want to go to Majidu and buy a property. I will say, okay, you know what, I want Yanopaja, or I want Abeson, or I can say, you know what, Banana Island, if you me. So are those areas you would like to share with us? Or
okay, all right. So I'll just give a quick brief about our currently selling options.
Okay.
That we have in Nigeria at the moment. So in Lagos, we have a brand that we call Pacific Manor. And Pacific Manor is a brand that comprises of the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom to 4 bedroom terrace duplexes. And the objective of Pacific Manor is to create a home environment or an investment opportunity for people in the middle class, maybe a little bit lower part of the middle class. Because it was property, when we started Pacific Manor, the ranges of prices were between 8.8 million naira to around, I think, 36 million naira.
Is that for land or for a fully
for a house?
For a house.
Yeah, when we started. So Pacific Manor is on the 3rd phase right now. So we have a phase 1.
Wait. Let me get it straight. When you first started, how long ago was this?
Okay, I'm talking about 2 years ago.
So okay, hold on, no, I'm coming. When you first started 2 years ago, the price of a fully, as in 8-point-something million.
Yeah, the price of a 1 bedroom. A 1 bedroom.
1 bedroom, 20 cotton in highbrow area of Lagos.
Not in highest bra. It's in Abraham Adesanya, so it's not the highest bra area.
Abraham Adesanya, I know it's a good area.
Yeah, it's a very good area.
That's why it's a highbrow now.
Because it's close to Lagos Business School.
Exactly, and at that time it was 8-point-something.
8.8 million.
Now, needs to boss the highest brow. Blame me for
actually, so
why didn't you come to us then?
You were on the floor, all right. So we are on the 3rd phase right now. So we had the phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3.
Okay.
Phase 1 and phase 2 sold out. Phase 1 is already delivered. Phase 2 is under construction, and phase 3 is about to start construction. So the beautiful thing about it, which I'll just quickly talk about right now, okay, because we do majorly off plan. So off plan means that you don't have to pay up the whole amount for the house.
Okay.
You can structure your payment over a period of time. 18 to 24 months in some instances, and you pay gradually as we develop the property. Okay. There were people that bought into that property, phase 1, at 8.8 million. And as of today, they are offering them 19 to 20 million to buy that 1 unit. In fact, we have one of our clients in the UK
for 1 bed.
For 1 bed, we have one of our clients in the UK here. I think he even remortgaged his house right here, and it came to Nigeria. Bought 3 units of 1 bed, 1 unit of 2 bed, and 1 unit of 4 bed. Right now, if he's going to flip it, he has made over 100% in less than 2 years.
That's why I said at that time. Why didn't you let us know about it?
So right now, we are letting people also know about these offers that are currently happening. And you also know that we can't cut out the issue of costs going up every day. all right, in the world that we live in today. So this is the best time.
Obviously, the only
They say the best time to invest in real estate was yesterday. The next best time is today. Okay, so that's the Pacific Man One and Pacific brand, which Pacific Man rather, which is in Abraham Adesoya area, very close to Lagos Business School. And I'll come back quickly also to some other investment opportunities there around Shortlet. But let me take you to our other project. So another selling project that we have currently going on is in Lekki Phase 1. It's our Melina Bay project. It's a twin tower, 10 floors. We have 56 units of 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartments, 3-bedroom terrace. So 3-bedroom maisonettes with a private pool, the 3-bedroom penthouse with a private pool, all in Lekki Phase 1. The Melina Bay project itself is for the upper middle class and for people that want to live within an environment that is very functional, at the same time very classy. So it's in Lekki Phase 1, in the area where you have the collection of high-rise. That's where we have the beautiful skylines in Lekki Phase 1. And Melina Bay was carefully crafted. We paid attention to the design. In fact, we got an award as the best residential architectural design, multi-rise architectural design in Lagos. We got the award from Business Day in December last year. So we paid attention to carefully create that product. So we wanted beautiful, functional, unique, and a design that will stand the test of time. It's the first high-rise project in Lekki 1 that we have a private pool suspended in there. The penthouse pool and the like. So it's a blend of luxury and very functional. So that's also still selling in Lekki Phase 1. We just entered the Abuja market and we're excited to say that we are launching 2 powerful projects in Abuja later this month. By the time we are out, we're going to give the information out to our subscribers. One thing I'd quickly like to say before you go to your next question is one of the strengths because I met with a couple of people in diaspora, so we came down here, and people are like, I don't go to Nigeria. I've not been to Nigeria. I'm not sure I'm going to go to Nigeria. I don't put property in Nigeria. So number one, our own job is to help you create your own property portfolio. You know, about 2 years ago, the man we bought the Pacific Man One land from, he lives in America, and in every year he makes well over 150 million naira on rentals from his properties in Nigeria. Every year. This was an information given to me by his lawyer. And he has been building this over the years. As he was making money in America, buy a land in an area that will develop. Make money there, buy this apartment there. The land he bought yesterday, he has a shopping mall on it. The other one, he has a block of apartments. The other one is sold to a developer. The land he probably bought at very, very small amount. So when people live here and earn FX, they earn the strength of the currency. Some of them may not be able to do so much here, but they can put a lot back home on a structured way, in a structured way. We are there to help them plan their property portfolio. And after retirement, they're able to put a lot of things to play. Another important, interesting that's happening right now in Nigeria is the shortlets. When we did analysis of our apartment that are in Abraham Adesoya, right now for the Phase 1, as at last week, I got a call about some people coming into the business school, about 60 people. They need 60 apartments for 2 weeks to stay. Our apartment is just, our estate is just about less than 2 minutes from Lagos Business School. I did my executive MBA there, so I have a level of affiliation. So we have about 80% guarantee. When we did the numbers on the shortlet on the 1-bedroom, normally you rent a 1-bedroom out on a annual rent in that area. Maybe you get like ₦1 million or maybe about 950. But through shortlet, you get to cost about 3 million naira. We ran the numbers when I was going for a meeting, fresh numbers. We're going for a meeting a few days ago in Birmingham. And we ran the fresh number on our Melina Bay project. I think a 2-bedroom is around 70 million naira thereabout. You buy a 2-bedroom of 70 million naira. You put it on a shortlet of an average of 120,000 naira per night. You have, even at a 70% occupancy rate in a year, you're making 32 million naira. And these are not numbers that are far-fetched. We can see it. And one strength that we offer is that we don't just sell you properties. We stay with you. We advise you to the process. We have a facility management company. We have an agency company to rent it out for you to manage your shortlet. So we manage the end-to-end for you. Welcome.
Okay. Let me cut through some areas here. Now, we in the diaspora, we are quite aware that there are so many. Now, to speak the mind of I want to speak the mind of my listeners, so that if there are any areas that you need to clarify you would kind of like be able to do justice to it, to clear any doubt. Now, we in diaspora are of this opinion that there are so many companies, so many organizations out there that will kind of like put themselves up at real estate companies. We do this, we do that, we do that, right? Now, over the years, we've come to hear of so many, we've come to see of so many. Now, one question is, if I was to ask that question, why should we choose you over them? In terms of, how do I put it now? What do you call this term? Where competition, that's the word. With the competition in the market, why you?
I think I will take the question from why are they choosing us over them? We realized around 2 years ago that over 70% of our sales revenue come from diaspora without any efforts. Naturally, just check out some of our estates. Look at the analysis of people that bought there. Many of them live in the diaspora. And when we asked one or two, one of the things that attracted them to us was the level of excellence they perceived, even from interacting with our materials, interacting with our people, interacting with our website or any form of medium. They feel that these people have the excellence. Number two was our design. We pay attention. I wish I could just show you. I will show you on my phone the design we were working out in Abuja. I saw it. I was like, wow. I was tripped. And so that design, the level of our design itself attracts them. They see the excellence work that we get to do. So our culture of excellence, innovation, integrity, customer satisfaction has been a driving force that attracts us. Number two thing I would say is that the experience. We are coming into the industry with over a decade experience and across our strength of our management team. So we understand the industry, we know what has been happening, and we are so open and also agile to see how we can also improve more on it. And the final thing I'm also going to say is that in the midst of the competition, for us, we are deliberate about creating a product that meets the need of the customer. We don't just enter any market and just create something. We get feedback and information by a very rich research and development team that we gather stuff and we're able to create projects to meet specific needs. So if I come to you with something that meets your need, then I think you want to come to me to be able to meet it.
Okay. Thank you for that. And let me direct this question to our GMD. Now.
That's the GMD.
Oh, sorry.
I'm the ED.
ED. Okay, ED. Sorry, I wanted to say ED. Let me direct this question to the ED now. ED, ma.
Yes, sir.
Now, I haven't heard a lot about, because he talks specifically about some of your high-rise projects. Now, as someone in the diaspora, I know what quality should be. I know what it means to have, like you said, the interest of the customer at heart before you even put pen to paper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we had an issue last year where a high-rise building collapsed of a very popular estate developer. It's a you know, if I was to come to you that I need you to assure me as someone in diaspora who is interested in taking you on, because you would agree with me that DRADROCK, like you said, is new. If I want to be honest, this is probably the first time I'm hearing of DRADROCK, but I've heard some other names as well. But if I want to come to you and say, okay, now you've kind of like sold me partly, but I want you to woo me over now. What things can you convince me of that you will tell me you do differently to secure not just my finances, not just my future, but my life when it comes to partnering with you in a structure like that?
Okay, I always love it when that question comes up, when people say a particular rise fell, that what happened and all that, The truth is, like I was telling some group of doctors two or 3 days ago, that even here in the UK, in London, when you're buying a property, you also go through due diligence. Even if the government is part of it, you take your time to read the contract, to know who is constructing, who is the developer, and all that. You take your time to go through that. In the case of having lapses in such things is when we as a customer sometimes feel that we don't have the time. but you are putting your hard-earned money down. So which means that you should be able to take our time to look and ask questions. You go to Primark, you go to Next, you go to all these beauty shops. You want to buy a skirt, you go through 3 or 4 skirts before you pick one. Which means
that's only for the women.
Yeah. So for you guys as well, when you want to barb, every week you take your time to barb, even when there's no hair on your head. You barb. Do you understand what I'm saying? You take your time to look at all those things. Then you have this hard-earned money that you're putting down for someone, and you're not looking at the contract. You're not looking at who is building. Somebody said he's building a high-rise, and you're not asking who is constructing this company. Google is our friend. Even if you don't even know much about Nigeria, you can actually Google good construction companies in Nigeria. And somebody is selling you a high-rise of about 10 floors, you should be able to Google and say, okay, let me see who is constructing for this person, if you don't want to ask the question direct. So you can Google and find out all those things. And who is building? Who are these developers? Do they have credibility? Do they have board of directors? Do you understand? Who are who are in the board? Are they credible? Are they the people that I can hold on to? Then whatever they are doing, even here, you insure your property, right? There's insurance and everything. So why don't you take your time to ask those questions? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can always ask a developer. That alone can set you apart as a developer. For us, we come to you, we say, okay, we are going to construct. This is the person that is constructing for us. We are going to insure your properties. And this is the period of time that you're going to, it's going to take us to build. And if you put a dime down, there's a contract of sales that states everything that we have discussed in that contract of sales, which means you can take it to court against me if I do not do according to what we have agreed. So those are the things that we have to take into consideration. This guy that the house collapsed or whatever, no construction company. The engineer on site had to resign because he wasn't listening. He left. And then you see, like I told them also, I laughed because you diaspora people, there's this thing that comes, I don't trust. So now you don't trust. And then you're able to trust that guy because he's from UK. You felt he's your brother. You gave him money. No engineer, no construction company, nothing was done so far. Do you understand what I'm saying? And everybody just went to give him money for that. That house was sold out. It was sold out. Bought by lots of people here in diaspora. Do you understand? So no question was asked. Do you
At the end of the day, that's just a waste.
Exactly.
Waste of resources, waste of time. Waste of
exactly my point. So ask questions. Those questions, they are the things that will make you to be able to understand that, okay, if you are dealing with somebody that you have the website, give me your website. I want to check you out. I want to see who are in the board of who is sitting on your board. And I want to see you as a person. Where are you coming from? Like you said, we went to the Harvard of real estate, and that's the truth. If you go to Nigeria today, you want to talk about real estate, you mention those companies. So who are you working? Where are you coming from? Although there are people that have not even worked with other people, but they have credibility. So you have to also look out for trust and credibility. Sometimes when you say, I don't want to work with mediocres, you become blindsided that you're actually working with them without knowing. So why don't you just sit down and relax and say, who am I? And who is this person? So as a developer, who is this developer? And what do I want from this developer? And that's what sets every other developer apart. And then also, lastly, I come to you, I bring my land, my GMD comes, he says his land is 50 naira. I come, I said my land is 70 naira. And my GMD said, oh, don't worry, you can bring 1 naira. And I said, no, I can't take 1 naira as your initial deposits. You have to give me 2 naira because I won't be able to develop this property. And then you look at me like, Ole Nikike. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you go with him. At the end of the day, no land. You did not check to see whether there's a land or property anywhere. You've put your money there. There's no document to show that you put your money there. Or you decide you want to buy the land because you have a celebrity that you like that is helping them to advertise. So you say, oh, I love this celebrity. I will just follow this celebrity. If you go on social media, now lots of them have been dragged on because they've bought because of those celebrities and they are not getting the land.
I was even coming to that because, well, like we would not mention names ideally.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've heard of people that, they paid and then obviously allocations were not made.
Yeah.
And then when the noise started spreading out, then I said, okay, then I started rushing and doing some allocations. Now, I was even going to come to that later, and that question was going to be meant for you anyway. in terms of your properties now, I believe, like you said earlier on, it's not just units. You also do lands.
Yes.
Now, in terms of securing those lands, now, we've heard of instances where lands have been bought, and at the end of the day, 17, 18, 20, 30 years down the line, something crops up and they say, oh, that land is under acquisition. Money wasted down the line. Let's just hit the nail on the head. What guarantees can you give to our listeners that such is not the case with you guys?
Okay, I would like to take that question.
You'd like to take it?
Yeah. Okay, so the interesting thing is that the way Nigeria operates, especially when you mentioned that it's 14 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Remember there were cases we had in Magodo where
yes,
some people want to court cases and want to reclaim land.
Yeah.
There was a case that also happened around, I think, Jobifele Way, sometime some years ago, and some other parts of CMD Road of Magodo.
Mm-hmm.
And a particular family won the case, and they got their land back, and they had people pay. So land matters in Nigeria can be very interesting at times. And the reality, even that we play in that space, we know what we get to face. So the first thing I advise people before you buy any land, like Kike said, ensure that the source of the title, you know. So what I advise people that anything you want to do when it comes to real estate deals, know the risks that are involved so that you're not surprised. Oh, these are the risks. Some people buy, love land in Ekpe, 500,000, 1 million. Some people will never see that land again. They will never see it. But some will see. So if you buy such land, the next thing you want to do is go perfect your title yourself. It's going to cost you some money in Alausa, right? But at the end of the day, so you have a document on it. Some instances when you buy to a real estate company that even has a CFO, global CFO, we give what we call deed of assignment that has the signature of the governor's consent. There are instances with some of our land that we help the customer process that and we charge for it. There are instances that it already comes with the total cost. There are instances that it doesn't come. So for anybody that gets that, the next move they should do is to ensure that they have that deed signed by the governor. That turns into their own CFO.
Okay, sorry to interject at this point. Now, if there's a land that you said has got a global CFO, for argument's sake, let's say 1 acre, 6 plots, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say for argument's sake, 1 acre, 6 plots. Now, you'll be chipping those 6 plots, let's say for 6 people.
Yes.
Right? If you have a global CFO, and I happen to be one of those 6, do I still need documentation for my own 1 plot? Even though there's a global CFO that covers the entire acre.
Okay, so the thing is that the global CFO is the root title. It's the one that secured you to even buy in the first place. That this land has a title.
Good.
So the global CFO, let's assume, is the name of Mr. Lagbaja.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lagbaja now sells to Mr. Tamedu. So Mr. Lagbaja will issue a deed of assignment to Mr. Tamedu, saying that from this land that belongs to me, I have assigned this portion to Mr. Tamedu.
Good.
All right. So now the root title for the whole land is in the name of Mr. Lagbaja.
Yes.
So it now depends on what Mr. Tamedu wants to do with the land and how well he trusts Mr. Lagbaja. So if he feels I'm just buying this land to keep, I want to resell, he may decide not to go perfect his own personal title and keep for a while and sell to somebody else who can now take on the body to go and perfect it. However, there are some limitations to what you can do with that document. You can't take it to the bank for any loan because it's carrying your name and there must be something on your name. So you need to get what they call governor's consent. It's just a signature. So that governor's consent has turned that title to your own name. That you can also now say, I want to sell half of it and give to somebody else and issue another deed from my name to this person without going to Mr. Lagbaja that sold to me. Okay. So what secures it, first of all, when you want to buy, is what's the root title that guarantees that this is okay. So it's global CFO perfect root title. So depending on what you want to do and how you want to do it and what your plans are, we should drive what you should do next. But ideally, the ideal thing should be that you should go ahead and perfect your own title personally.
In your own
name.
So that you are free of Mr. Lagbaja.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do within the future is down to you and down to you alone. Good. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's your darling presenter Toastmaster on 97.1 Cross Radio. We've been having a chat. Should I say a chat or a tete-a-tete? With our GMD and our ED in the building of DRADROCK Real Estate. Am I right?
DRADROCK.
Aru yẹn máa ń lọ mi lẹ́nu. DRADROCK. DRADROCK yẹn easy láti pè. But you say it's DRADROCK. Let's DRADROCK. All right. Of DRADROCK Real Estate on 97.1 Cross Radio. Once again, for those of you just joining us, we've been having a chat, and I said earlier on, for those of you who have been listening and you want to call in, please call into the studio right now. Ask any burning. I might not have been able to ask those burning questions. Please call into 075 93442179. Once again, 075 93442179. We'll take a short break and I will be back on the other side. Thank you very much.
Caller.
All right, we are back on your darling station, 97.1 Cross Radio. In the studio with me, we have the GMD and the ED of DRADROCK Real Estate. From those of you who have been following us, you heard that they won an award. Have you? I won't load you award. All right, once again, for those of you who are just joining us, there's a number to call. The studio number to call is 075-9344-2179, 075-9344-2179. If you have any questions for the GMD or the ED, they are still with me in the studio. And peradventure, maybe you are not opportune to call because we'll be having some network challenges since. So, but if you're not opportune to call during the program, you can always get them on their own personal line. So at the end of the day, please call this number 078-6965-9614. Once again, 078-6965-9614, and one of them will be very, very more than happy to pick up your call and answer any questions you might have. Once again, I'm still with the GMD and the ED of DRADROCK Real Estate, and they've been having a chat with us about their projects and most of the I will call it projects. They are projects that have been going on in Nigeria for a while now. They said they are 4 years old, but I believe you'll be turning 5 very soon.
Yeah,
by the grace of God, you will turn to 700. Don't worry. Yeah, and practically over the last 4 years, what can you tell us about the journey so far? What has been the high points, the low points, the challenges, the sweet times, the bad times? Just talk us through your journeys, so to say, for over the last 4 years coming up to 5. Are you going to do that, or ED should do that for us? I know both of you have got stories. You have different experiences because you went to the Harvard of real estate. Okay, let's start with the ED. Let ED tell us our own experience before our GMD tells us. Because I know you.
Let me just start first.
Okay, yeah, talk for the both of you.
Okay. Okay, so it's been an interesting journey. Just like, playing in the Nigerian environment is quite unique.
Yeah.
Recently I took a course. It was about business amongst some global CEOs in the African space, and realized that the things we face are quite unique to us. The environmental challenges are unique to us, not like the way it is in some other aspect of the Western world. So some of the challenges we have faced, especially in recent times, are not unique to us alone. Many businesses get to face that. There's a growth phase at different phase of the growth, and the times that you are dealing with a lot of issues, especially in Nigeria, when it comes to about government policies, around regulations, around titles, the timeline, the turnaround timeline. For example, the issue of the collapse building affected everyone in the industry. The stricter measures, things took a lot longer, but at the same time, it was for the better of everyone. And you also look at the challenges. The recent one that has plagued the market in the real estate industry is the high cost. With FX changing, a large percentage of our finishing raw materials are FX based. All right, looking at the Nigerian environment, and cost of FX keep changing. So one of the risks or one of the challenges right now, you can't start a project in Nigeria today and be able to tell that this is what's going to finish it, because things will keep changing. Right, so that is that. So you have to now be very creative in your approach, very creative in your design, also very creative in your finance model. All right. So there are also issues around the growth phase, finding the right people at the right time. Because when we started out, our objective was not just to start a real estate company. Yes, we wanted to start a company that we can pick from 1 or 2 lessons we've learned and improve on. But we wanted to start an indigenous organization that would grow to become multinational. So we became more deliberate with everything. The people we want to attract, our culture and the likes. It was also tough operating in Nigeria, but it's been quite interesting, ups and downs.
That was gonna bring me to a question where I would. Oh, obviously, a question of sincerity. Has there ever been any point through your journey where you've promised to deliver, but due to some circumstances, you couldn't deliver as promised?
Yes, there have been times not that we couldn't deliver as promised. There were delays. So look at the issue that happened this last time. The what's it called? COVID, the NSAS in Lagos. Those little delays in those period change dynamics for even in cost. In those short periods, change dynamics even in cost of raw materials. There was time that was a serious jump in the space of a few weeks. And this is not what we meet as other developers and we discuss. So some of these things extended project a little bit with the extra months, you know. And the interesting part for every developer right now, we now have creative ways of funding our projects and going ahead of time and being able to balance things up. But it's really, really a lot of challenge. So for us, yes, we are still glad to say the major project that was under construction then is already being completed. Another one's also taking shape. So maybe if there's a little bit overrun, we try to also communicate with customers as time goes on. And to a large extent, in our PM1 project, for example, there are customers who are still paying and their keys have been ready since December. But they're still paying their installment up to now. Why some are paid up and they're waiting to get their keys later in the month and all of that. So we look at it case by case basis.
Good. Now, this brings me to another question. Did I say 2 in 1 or thereabout? Now, have there been instances where probably you've told a customer, you know what, like the off-plan model, okay, your off-plan is going to cost you, say, 10M. And maybe somewhere along the line, things you're going to say, oh, God, 10M, or it's not going to be 15M. Okay. Have you had cases like that, or does it happen, or should it happen?
Okay, so that's a tough one. All right, so the way it works is this. If you are buying into a project, at the point when you are buying it, you're buying at a price, even though you make a commitment payment and you have a structured payment to pay over a period of time. If you pay and you pay outrightly and you have paid up for what you have bought. If you are paying installmentally and you default in your payment, there are clauses in the contract that ties you into maybe being attracting interest or losing the investment and maybe coming back to buy at the higher rate. So somebody is paying for 18 months, pay the first month, pay the second month, it didn't pay for the next 3 or 4 months. So that could happen. At the same time, that clauses are also tying us. For example, if there are projects that we have had some 1 or 2 delays, that we have had 1 or 2 delays.
Do we have a caller?